Here with head football coach David Calloway to talk about the 2017 season. Coach, you finished up 2-9, got a nice victory at home against Avila. Great way to finish off the year. One of the things we kind of talked about, at the beginning of the season was, you're going to have a young team, trying to build up that mentality that we got to be mentally tough and move forward. But I thought we had a lot of highlights were in a lot of those games. And especially with a young team, I feel like you got to be proud of the effort they put out this year.
Definitely proud of the effort. We had a lot of learning lessons this season. But we trying to establish something and get things going in the right direction from a program standpoint. There's certain foundational things that you look for, and even though we didn't see results in the win-loss columns that we envisioned for the 2017 season, the things that you look for, you change to the coach, you're looking for discipline on and off the field. We had a lot of guys that was always at practice, getting work after practice, watching film, studying, not having any incidents on campus or off campus. So, we got things going in the right direction from a foundation standpoint, and we'll look to see some return on that investment as we move through it. We played with a lot of young guys this year, so we had a lot of growing pains with those guys. But on the other side of that coin, now those growing pains have turned into an experience. To put those guys in situations last year, they saw themselves not making plays and making some plays. So it gives us a lot of teaching tape to build on, and as we move forward to 2018 and spring football.
Awesome, Coach. So let's talk a little bit about that. Go ahead and go over a little bit about the spring football. One of the biggest positions you're going to have to replace is Caleb Bedford.
Yes, at quarterback.
He's been a rock back there. Honorable mention at the conference level 2 years in a row, I believe. But you got some pretty good talent underneath him. Just kind of unfortunate with the way that injuries happened this year.
Yeah, injuries part of it. A lot of coaches talked about that I've talked to and visited with. At that position, you have injuries there. It's really tough to overcome. Caleb been a special player here for the last 3 years. It's going to be some big shoes to fill. I think Dennis Vincent can help us moving forward, Corey Luke, and we look to bring some guys in here at semester. Hopefully they can get in and compete for that position also. But we're excited about what we got coming back at the quarterback position and who we got possibly arriving on campus. So.
Awesome. So, the last thing here, we've touched on pretty much everything, changing the culture and everything like that. What are you looking forward to see out of these guys out of the upcoming spring season, and then, as we transition more into fall workouts, because it's year-round around here. These kids never get a day off. But I do have to, commend you, and you can definitely see an attitude change in the way that we may not get the win-loss result, but we've got kids showing up. They're working hard in the weight room. They're showing up after practice at the turf field, and you had guys that are putting in that work, and eventually it's going to pay off.
Yeah. Well, our spring goal is what we're talking about now is trust the process, but love the grind. And trust to do things right, to be in the right position, but enjoy going to the weight room and attacking the workout. Enjoy getting up for the early morning running sessions and enjoy the individual stuff like that, and enjoy your teammates and going through the process together on the next journey, because every year, every team takes on its own identity, but that identity starts in January. So we're excited about the spring, and then just not getting ahead of ourselves. We try to turn programs around. You got guys that always want to talk about the future. For example, instead of just making sure we're in the weight room for the first month and a half and just focus on that, instead of talking about, well, I can't wait for spring football. Then when we get to spring football, well, I can't wait till the season starts. All that stuff is going to come, but you need to be ready when it gets there. And talking about spring football when it's weightlifting time is not getting you prepared for spring football. So that's what we're talking about for us, trusting the process. Going through the stages together, being on the same page, making the corrections from last year, and then just continue to move forward and continue to build the momentum going into fall camp.
Awesome, Coach. Well, I greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing back in the springtime.
Good deal. Appreciate it, Billy.